Hey everybody, so guess what? 10 years ago, I got involved with the International Academy of Web Television. Yeah, that's right, the International Academy of Web Television, IAWTV. What was it about? Well, it was designed to unite the Streamy Awards with other awards programs and organizational functions into one group. But the reason was that it was known that one day streaming would overtake television in the top spot on trends. In other words, in the past, like 10 years ago, if you watch something on television, chances are that because you saw it on television, you're going to search for that more than if you saw it in the stream. Well, guess what, folks? Those days are over. Take a look at this. Yeah, those days are over. Look at this. Look at this. One search trend in Google Trends is none other than the Streamy Awards. That was as of 3 hours ago. And Matt Pat won the Streamy Award for Breakout Creator. That overtook searches for news on an earthquake in Lake County in Ohio, which is an unusual place to have an earthquake, a recap of Los Angeles Lakers and Magic Johnson winning time, a Colorado meteoroid. Wow. So the Streamy Awards overtook all those events, some unusual, to take the top spot. That means, folks, that streaming and web television, including vlogging, has arrived as the dominant media type in the world. How else to put it? How else to put it? So, look, August, nothing there. All of a sudden, whoop, boop, boop, boop. Dun, da, da, da. Dun, da, da, da. Or holy leap, Batman. Look at that. My goodness. And then let's take a look at the news. People magazine. Dylan Mulvaney says winning her first Streamy Award was the best moment of my year. That's People magazine. 41 minutes ago. Streamy Awards 2023 complete winners list, People magazine. I mean, are you believing this? This is where we are, folks. Human interest. Streamy Awards. People magazine. Streamy Awards 2023 complete winners list. Matt Pat hosted the ceremony. He did a great job honoring digital creators in categories like music, comedy, food, and gaming. Nice. That's something else, folks. That's something else, okay? And Flea Market said that he listened to podcasts heavily from 2019 to 2022. Which were your favorite podcasts? And let me ask you, what do you think about people calling YouTube streams podcasts now? That seems to be the thing. I find myself doing it only because of convention. In other words, new convention. People saying, hey, I watched your podcast the other day. I'm thinking, you mean my vlog, right? And I thought, what good is it going to do me to get caught up in telling somebody else how they should say something as opposed to being aware of a new social trend, right? I decided to go with the latter. I decided to make myself aware of the social trend. And he said, I guess you can lump in the same category. Yeah, see, so I have drank the Kool-Aid on that, right? As one who goes as far back as vlogging. And now. Is that to say that you didn't drink it before? That's an interesting point, okay? I think these are really exciting times. I was rejuvenated to see that, mainly because, there's so much of it out there that my income from it isn't like it was back then 10 years ago when I was just raking in the dough, comparatively speaking. And yeah, but you know what I mean? But it's nice to see that because I've went multi-platform. In other words, our videos now become automatic blog posts, right? Because you have clients that want, well, essentially a multi-platform world, even if they don't know what that is. And he said, I just like to support him in the media as much as I can. Hey, Zennie62 YouTube, Zennie62 Media, ZENNIE 62media.com is our home. And our corporate website is embedded within it. Within that, actually, it's Zennie62blog.com, but I should say our corporate website, Zennie62media.com, is embedded within it. He says, it's a better grasp on reality than mainstream corporate news and such. I agree. And one thing I'm proud about how we've developed our approach is we have people who express different sides of a point of view. Not to the degree I want, but it's starting to go that way. Like, for example, with the Oakland athletics issue, we have one person who's really diehard, like, hey, the A's aren't going anywhere. And then there's me who are saying, yeah, you know, the window closed in 2021, okay? But I seem to think I've lost my touch, and there's something I'm doing wrong. And I think the one thing that I'm doing wrong is that I'm out of touch with the community. And I don't know how that got there. Yeah, I do. He says, you've had some great interviews. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Shame to see, it is a shame. Yeah. Thank you for the interviews. And I want to do more of that. I just need to reach out and get an advertiser some kind of way. I have to get over the fear of rejection. And it's so powerful that I don't act like I feel I need to. And that's just a candid criticism of myself, okay? But I like what you're doing. I like the people that we've got involved. I want to have more. But hey, you want to guest vlog anytime? Just Zennie at Zennie62media.net is the email. Easily accessible, or feel free to text me at 510-517-7565. But I believe this is the way. And seeing the Streamy Awards and looking at the giant crowd of people reminds me when I was in Las Vegas for the International Academy of Web Television Awards. And I believe the streamings are going on at the same time. Wild stuff, you know what I mean? Wild stuff. I interviewed Felicia Day, Shira Lazar. I interviewed Megan O'Neill, who had interviewed me just a few years before that. And actually, what am I saying, a few years? Just a year. It was wild. You know, Megan O'Neill used to write for, I think, Social Times is what it was called. It was an online publication about the then new social medium and new media. And she was interviewing me about where I stood with the idea that Oprah was set to ruin YouTube. In other words, Oprah, if you remember back in October of 2008, just shortly after Google took over YouTube, Oprah joined, but she wasn't doing the thing where you exchange with other people via a video blog, right? She was putting up a show, and it pissed off Renetto something terrible. He never stopped talking about it. And that developed a tiny microscopic army of people who thought their reach and import was more than it was to talk about it. But look, it did get noticed, and I did wind up being interviewed by Megan O'Neill. And the point was, I have nothing against Oprah. I love Oprah. Not the case. We just wanted Oprah to invest in us. You know what I mean? And she's got the bucks. That really ultimately is what it was about. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm glad to see the streamies are coming up. How do I catch your stream? Flea market floppy disk. I like that. Flea market floppy disk. You know, I actually have, I got floppy disks in my place back in Oakland. I still have, you still have floppy disks? I don't know if you're still watching or not, but for those of you who don't know what floppy disks are, they are not the first, but the second wave of internet storage. And you have everything on a disk, and then you put your disk into the computer, and that was where your files are. Like, for example, your Microsoft Word files, in other words, your files to write something, like a letter, your files that contain your early AOL software. All that was on floppy disk. And sometimes your floppy disks got, especially the Mac versions, they would kind of run out, you know what I mean? But anyway, so fun conversation. I think flea market floppy disk took off. I don't blame them. It's late. Thanks, everybody. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark OaklandNewsNowBlog.com. And check out our newest website, ZennyReport.com. That ends this broadcast. We'll see you.